Hey guys, Randy here, the creator of ARIA Auto Comp, and today I want to show you how to find the after repair value for any property in the US. The after repair value being what the property will be worth after it's repaired. So let's get right into it. Here's a property located in Peoria. This is a nice suburb outside of Phoenix, just outside of Phoenix, and it's in the Country Meadows um, subdivision. So I'm just going to copy this address here. Note that Trulia, I guess, now has their own evaluation as well, and it says that the property is worth 203,000. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this address and I'm just going to hit new property and paste it on into my clipboard. Now what I'm going to do now is bring in the characteristics of the home. Should only take a couple seconds. There we go. 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 2,000 square foot. That's a pretty big lot. Built in the 70s, late 70s. I know it's a 1-story, and from the picture it has a 2-car garage that's attached. And let's just put 203,000. Could probably use some type of landscaping, right? Front and back. Looks to be in good condition. Nice roof. And desired profit, I'll just put $1 for now. All right, so here's our sources. And I want you to notice something. Obviously, if you've seen this software in the past, it's going online and it's getting the comparables from several different sources. Now, the reason why we do that is because some of the sales data that is, on the MLS is public. It's on sites such as these that you see here. Some only show a couple of those particular sold. Some show all or more. Some show that data that isn't on the MLS that's rather, title data, public data, and even though it's posted there, some of that information is missing, meaning that on one site it shows the sale of a property and of the bedroom bathroom square footage, maybe the bedroom's missing. And yet on another side, that very property is shown, the bedroom bathroom square footage is showing, but maybe the lot size is missing. So I think the other beauty of this is I wanted this to be a time saver. So after all the properties come in, not only do all the sales amount, things like that comes in, um, but anything that's missing, it's going to run once more, and using another API, it's going to find bedroom, bathroom square footages for properties that are missing that data. So it actually does it sort of combs through these codes twice just to be sure that it's doing things that you don't have to. So let's let it cook here for a second. Now the key to finding the after repair value is finding the 3 highest properties that sold for the most. That's the first facet, right? Within a mile, the typical, half mile to a mile, half mile if you're conservative on the neighborhood. And then the second facet would be having like or kind qualities, such as the same bedroom, exactly, the same bathroom rather, exactly. Similar lot size, similar square footage within 200 square feet, increased or decreased. So that's the trick, is that even though you may find the higher sold properties in the particular neighborhood, let's say things go for 180 in a neighborhood and the higher solds are at 230K, you have to be sure that those particular properties that have sold, that you check the condition of those. Were those fully rehabbed? If they were fully rehabbed, where not only were they rent ready, but they were perhaps renovated, those top 3 properties are the ARV. So this is going to bring in the rest of these comparables. It's going to apply that scoring system, okay? And then any part that's missing bedroom, bathroom, square footage, you'll see here as it pops up down on the bottom right. It'll apply the code first, the colors will come in, and the colors represent which ones have been processed, which ones have not. And then any of the blank white spaces, the software will find that, go back online and get you the bedroom, get you the bathroom, get you the square footage. So you can see, boom, there was the first code being applied. So look at all this missing data down here from city data. So city data had the addresses, it just didn't have, the other information. So now it's going to find all this information, the year built, all that good stuff. Watch this. So you can see it filling out now. There's the bathroom, there's the square footage. That was normally you'd have to do all that manually. There's a lot size. Let's see if the year built comes in and how much of the bedrooms are found. Look at that. You're not lifting a finger. There's all the year built, and then it's going to apply the scoring. Notice the scoring over here changed. It was in the 40s. Now these are in the 60s. Boom, it even puts that these are single families, which can also be condos, by the way. You can see these units here. All right, now remember this training here, we're finding the after repair value of a property. Any property nationwide, you can use this software to do that. So right now, the light green represents these scores here. So already we're pretty confident it's worth about 186K. But remember, we're focused on this ARV. What will this property be worth, assuming it was fully fixed up in this neighborhood? So we're going to scroll down a bit. And right off the bat here, we're just going to notice these properties here that are condos. We can go ahead and delete them. Here's another one here. We got 2 more to go. And we got this one right here. All right. Now, if you want to manually find the information for this bedroom here, if you feel like, gosh, you know what, that's pretty close. If I find this bedroom manually, I could probably get a pretty good score, this comp score 360. Go for it. Just hit copy, paste. Now Google will, find all the information about this specific property, and all you have to do is scroll down and find when it was listed recently. Now Zillow is where we got originally the characteristics from, not the value, the characteristics. Some folks are a little confused on what the software does. We're not bringing in the Zillow's estimate. We're applying our proprietary Zestimate, our algorithm, to these properties because we think it's superior to anything else out there. So that's key. We're bringing in the data. We're applying our own algorithm. As far as characteristics, we do use that from trusted sources online. So you'll notice the bedroom was missing out of the Zillow API. So if you just come down here, just look for an MLS number. Boom, there it is right there. And you can see somebody listed it recently, had a 3-bedroom. So go ahead and put that on in. You got 3. And watch what happens. 76.1 on 10609 West Ruth. Click recalculate. It's going to actually move up, watch. It'll probably be somewhere here at the top. Boom, it's actually number 1. 10609 ended up being very much like our subject property. You can do that to the other properties here too. Check out Puget. So paste that in. You're going to use the same process without adding the word bedroom here because that's what's missing. You just want to find that any other website had this listed at one time. And you can find the bedroom. Boom, there it is. There's an MLS number. It's a 4-bedroom. So you can select 4 here. And what are we missing here? Golden. So 10421 West Golden. Okay. See if we can get lucky on this one too. There's an MLS number, but I'm not seeing a bedroom. Let's try clicking on the site. I think it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Yeah, perfect. All right, so that's all the research we had to do. We have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It might blink a couple times here. Okay. And then we just want to recalculate that. Boom. All right, guys, so let's check out our outcome here. So we're 89.28% sure the ARV is 203,000. That's as easy as that. So you can see here under the values area, the 3 properties that were chosen were Golden, Ruth, and 105th Lane, selling at the upper echelon. What the software is also doing is we're using the blended value for this particular training because you'll see that even the 3 highest solds are not as large as our property. So it's automatically making the adjustment for having our property having more square footage. So instead of 181,300, it's adjusting and saying, it's probably closer to about 203, considering that we have, more size here. Pretty awesome. Now, another thing you can do too to just kind of speed up that process is you can use these settings here just as an added note, to change the parameters when the information comes in. For example, you can say, well, I don't actually want to go out 2 miles, or I don't actually want to go out 12 months. Just by going to parameters, when you first run the software, you can limit it to a mile, you can limit it to 6 months, and you can limit it to the exact bedroom bathroom by clicking 0, or have a variance of 1 if you are okay with the bedrooms being the same, but maybe the bathrooms being a little different by 1 up or down. You're good to go. Now the variance of square footage, you can say, I only want to go up 400 or down 400. And what happens is when you run the software that way, it should come to these pretty conservative numbers early on. So let's give that a shot. We're going to paste from the clipboard if that's still there. 10425 West Selden Lane, and that's in Peoria, Arizona, 85345. Same process, click find. We know it's a 1-story and a 2-car garage. Asking price $203. So truly it was pretty close there. All right, so it's going to run that same process, and let's see if we can get to that 203 without having to make too many adjustments here. So guys, imagine that you're an investor and you are taking a look at hundreds of leads over the week, or perhaps hundreds a day. This is saving you so much time, just hours and hours of research and analysis by paralysis by analysis. And this has just been a lifesaver. This is the reason why I built this tool. Not quite using it on the realtor end or the homeowner end yet. Eventually an online version will do that. But for now, it's allowing me to completely outsource the analysis part of my business, where we have a VA overseas who basically runs analysis on every property, so that by the time my acquisitions team gets it, it already has the report done. Just here you go. Here's what it's worth after repair. Here's the current market value. Here's about what other investors have bought at the distressed market value, which is sort of a ticker for what we should buy at. And then of course we have our strategy button up here at the top, where we can select, once we know the values, the enter strategy, the exit strategy, and all that good stuff. Once it's complete, our VA uses this comp report here, and we are working on a comp report for buyers and private money lenders, so that they don't see your spread or anything like that. They don't see information that's not relevant to what the offer is. This will just be a whole report section where you can use the comps report, which would be the whole report, private money, and for your buyers. So looks like it's going to calculate this once again. Let's see if it cleans it up any better. So that took another 30 seconds of research, finding bedroom bathroom square footage, and we're welcome to do that this time around. But what I wanted to show you there with the parameters is just being a little bit more conservative on the numbers. So it's going to get rid of anything over a mile. Even though previously this was pretty good. If you see here, with this distressed market value in the 160s, if you buy anything in this neighborhood under 160, you got yourself a pretty good deal. So you can see these properties here previously, when we did that first report, they're all less than a half mile away. I mean, think about that. How many times have you ran comps and inadvertently you hit all the other marks here, the bedroom, bathroom, the square footage, the lot size, even the year built, and the sold date was 2 days ago, but it's a mile and a half away. Yep, can't use that, especially when there's other sales that are much closer. Same thing, the house is a quarter mile away or 0.13 miles away, and the sale date was a year and a half ago to 2 years ago. Yep, can't use that, not when there's sales that are more recent. So that can happen with any one of these facets, and that's what the software prevents. It prevents those types of things. So boom, there we go, guys. So you saw how earlier manually I ran that, and I made a few adjustments. It was still short. Now I went in and updated the parameters to be a little more conservative, and it did all that stuff for me. Look at that. The ARV is still 203, 342.